The good news is I can take at any given time a month off, 2 months off to go do what I want to do, to go live my life. What's going on, everybody? Travis here, and in this video I want to talk to you about why, regardless of what you're doing right now in your business, why it would be a really good idea and why I like the idea of starting an agency to be able to generate revenue of upwards of $5,000 to $10,000 a month. Give you a little bit of insight to what we're doing, but most importantly, why I think it's a really, really cool opportunity for literally anyone watching this video right now. Let's do it. All right, so the first thing that I think you should know about running or starting an agency, and the reason that I love it among everything else, and I've been online for 10 to 12 years, depending on if you consider the work that I did for another company. What I've learned is when it comes to getting someone to start their digital business or their online business, a lot of times there's tons of hangups. Let's use Shopify, for instance. If you want to start a store, the problem that you're gonna run into is you've got to find products, you've got to source products, you've got to build your store, you've got to learn a lot of different pieces. If you want to learn even everything down to like learn how to build websites for people, you've got to learn that process. Then you've got to do SEO, and you've got to learn just a million different things. If you want to start your own offer, you've got to discover what inside of you it is that somebody else might want to buy. You've got to figure out how to turn that into a course. You've got to learn how to run your own ads. There's so many different nuanced pieces to most online businesses that as an entrepreneur, and this is sort of the hot trend right now, we think we can do it all, right? And if we're starting from scratch and we're not going to invest a lot of money, then we don't have a team helping us. So we're doing it on our own. So if you want to do it on your own, you need something simple, fast. It's going to be able to generate you profit quickly in the beginning, to be able to help push you to the point where then you can hire people. That should be the ultimate goal for most of you guys watching this, is get a company that's big enough, generating enough money to where you can build a lifestyle off of it. So maybe that's $5,000 a month, $10,000, $15,000. When your business makes 15 to 20, you can actually hire somebody. So the reason that I like starting an agency and having an agency is because right away, with very minimal assets at your disposal right now, you can actually get that ball rolling. So think about it. You don't have to have a website to run an agency. You don't have to have products or inventory. So okay, that's one less thing that I have to do. You don't have to have any existing friends or clients that are already in the space, although it definitely helps. All you really have to have is information that somebody else doesn't have. That's what an agency ultimately is I'm willing to perform a service, or I'm better at something than the person I'll be charging to do the work for. Think about that's the world in general, right? If you're a better painter than somebody who's a home builder, he's gonna contract you to build or to paint, right? Or a roofer. Every builder doesn't put his own roof on. He hires somebody to do that, right? And that's where they make money. So the thing is, the more valuable your skill set is, the more you can charge. So for me, I like to focus on lead generation and monetization. If I can help a company make more money, I am easily worth more money, versus if I build them a website, they don't really necessarily see that there's value in that. I've got to convince them. Or if I design stuff for them, not only do I have to be a good designer, but they've got to see that value. So number one, that I think having an agency is amazing, and one of the things, the biggest benefits of it is you don't have to have all of these assets going in to be able to actually generate revenue. You can literally reach out to someone, offer a service that you're better at than they are, or that they don't know exists, and you can charge $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 a month right out the gate with zero experience, with no website, with no products, no inventory, nothing. So that's the first reason that I think everybody, regardless of what your background is, who's watching this video, everybody should start an agency, even if it isn't your primary goal. Even if your primary goal is to run a store, guess what? It would help out a lot if you had $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month coming in from client work, where you're also learning the niche, right? So work with e-commerce stores, because now you get to learn what the process is. You have that revenue coming in, you can actually use that revenue to help you grow your e-commerce store, or to buy inventory, or to run ads. It's nice to have a little bit of extra capital while you're trying to build this business, and you're basically interning, right, with the company that actually does what you want to do. So now let's talk about my second favorite reason for starting an agency. Okay, so my second favorite reason for starting an agency is something that I live and breathe, and that I believe every single one of you guys should be focused on. It's like the most important aspect to all business, and that is recurring revenue. So recurring revenue allows you to actually plan for the future. So what you guys are seeing right now is the office space, one of the office spaces that we rent. This is a WeWork location. It's a really nice location. You can see down here, we've got views of downtown. Hopefully you guys can see that, but it provides us some really cool stuff. And we've got things like water and coffee and all of this, right? At least on most days. But the biggest thing is it allows me to then plan for the future. And what I mean by that is I can now build an office. I can get some concrete to my life, right? So if I was to work from home, I've got 2 kids, it's hectic at home. Not that I don't enjoy it. And not that that isn't part of why I want to be an entrepreneur, because I can be close to my family, but I don't need to be there every day. My kids are at a very interesting age where it's incredibly hard to get work done. So I like to have my own space. So if you have recurring revenue, you can do that because you don't have to worry about, well, am I going to make enough money next month in sales to pay for my office? Recurring comes with having good services in your agency. So if you can provide services that people actually want and care about, then you're going to be able to actually make recurring revenue. And I think that's literally the number one key to all businesses. Good recurring base of revenue so that you can say, okay, in 6 months from now, I'll still be making $5,000 a month. So what does that allow me to do this month that I can game plan for? One of the biggest struggles that I know a lot of entrepreneurs have is, okay, if I need to make money now, I'm always doing tasks that are only good for me right now. And the problem is it doesn't give you the foresight of the future of like, okay, what's gonna be good for me in 6 months? Maybe I need to take a month, reevaluate what I'm doing, rebuild, and offer this new amazing service or offer this new tool, or maybe I need to learn a skill. So I wanna show you guys the recurring revenue that my businesses give me. They allow me to have an incredible office at a space like this that feels good, feels productive, and allows me to then also get the toys and tools that I need. So I'll show you guys the office here. Come on in. So this is actually a view of our office from the outside. You can see we've got plenty of toys, plenty of tools, and things that make working here a bit more fun and that make work in general a bit more fun. So recurring revenue, I can't say it enough. It's my second favorite thing about starting an agency. Now let's talk about the third. All right, so my third favorite reason, and the reason that I think everybody should have an agency or at least have an arm of their business that does agency level services, is because it can be done from anywhere. Yes, I choose to do it in an office, and yes, the recurring revenue aspect allows me to have an office. The good news is I can take at any given time a month off, 2 months off to go do what I want to do, to go live my life. At the end of the day, look, you're not going to live on vacation, right? It would be nice in theory to live on vacation, but you're not going to do that. We as human beings like to feel fulfilled, and you can't do that if you're sipping margaritas on the beach every single day. There's a reason that retirement is 60 and over. Regardless of how much money you make, you want to feel like you're doing something with your life. So you're gonna work. You're gonna put in some work. It's just being able to choose where you do that work and how much of it you do. So for me, one of the huge benefits of having recurring revenue and having clients that I can work from anywhere with is taking a month. And we went to Italy 1 month. 1 month we went to Italy, France, Amsterdam, a bunch of different places, Ireland. And that was amazing. That was fun. And that's not something that I could do if I had a regular 9-to-5 job, or it's not really something I could do if I had some concrete reason to be in one location. So an agency that's, really built around this idea of the digital space. You can work with clients that don't live in your city. You can work with clients that don't live in your country. So it means that you can do your work from anywhere. Now, you've got to be disciplined. So you've actually got to do the work. But also mixed with working from anywhere is wearing whatever you want, right? So there's no like suit and tie whenever you run your own digital marketing business. You can, sometimes if you want to have a meeting and you want to dress it up, you can do a Zoom call and you can wear like a button-up shirt. But I can tell you in 12 years of my business, I've pretty much never had to do that. So I can tell you that having an agency, a digital marketing business where you're helping somebody with some specific skill, they don't really care what you wear. And they also don't care where you're from or where you're at. So a lot of people struggle with, I want to start a business, but I live in this, remote town. Well, that doesn't matter. because most of the time people are gonna maybe ask you like, where are you from? But they're not going to say, well, I can't work with this person. He's in, this remote town in Alabama. That doesn't apply here. So agency, what they really care about when you're going for a client is, can this person get me some results? And being able to talk that talk matters, right? But you can do it from anywhere that you want. You can wear essentially whatever you want. So it makes it just a nicer environment. You don't have to worry about maintaining someone else's structure. You get to do it on your own. That means travel. That means take a Friday off. And this is one of my favorite things. Like every now and then we can go and take a lunch and not have to go back into work the rest of the day because we've got recurring revenue. We've done our work for our clients. We can do it at 6 a.m. and then take the rest of the day off. These are things that a digital agency provides that just no other business really can. So time freedom is a really, really big piece, and probably my favorite factor of running a digital agency is the idea of my time freedom. Being able to have that recurring revenue is also a really big piece that provides you now, like, oh man, I get to choose what I do with my days. I get to choose what I do with my nights. I get to choose, weekends aren't that big of a deal when you can also take a Friday off whenever you want, or a Thursday and Friday off whenever you want. Just make sure you get your work done and your clients are happy and the machine still runs, which is really cool because you don't have to punch a time card. Okay, so I'm gonna be getting back to work here in a second to actually get some of my other businesses rolling. But before I do, I wanna give you guys my fourth and final reason for starting an agency, and that is the networking effect of who you meet, when you meet them, and how you're meeting them. That networking effect is incredible. We've all heard the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know. When you have a service that you feel you are in the top tier of providing, so let's say it happens to be Instagram DM automation services, which is what we're offering, as well as messenger automation, I feel like I'm in the top 1%. So what happens is you kind of become this expert and you get linked with and or talk to other experts. Now, you don't become an expert overnight. You do this through showing that you're an expert, proving it. But it doesn't take very long to become an expert in a field that nobody else is really in. So Instagram and Messenger DM automation, there's a handful of us. That makes it easier. Whereas like if I was trying to do like design, right? If I wanted to be a design expert, that's gonna take me a really long time, and you've got to get big clients like Nike to be considered a huge brand asset building expert. But with what we do, you don't have to be working with Nikes. You can just have one good case study, one good example. So the networking effect of being an expert, being seen as an expert, or being seen as just really good at what you do, you start to meet some really awesome people. You start to meet people who feel like you're on their same level. That's going to help you create new relationships, which then lead to other new relationships, which then actually you can build a real solid business out of. But before I actually head back to my work now that you know my 4 favorite reasons for starting an agency and things that I think every single one of you need to consider for the rest of your day, if you want to see how to actually start a digital agency that's very much like the one that we have, there's gonna be a link below where you can check out a couple of different options. One is a live event. If you're seeing this in time, we have a live event coming up. You can get live stream and or in-person tickets. I'll be teaching you how I run my agency. 2, we'll also show you the software that we use. I own a software called Chatmatic. I'll show you guys a link to a page where you can go and check out Chatmatic, get unlimited access to it, get training from our agency membership training area where you can actually learn how to get clients, what to say to them, how to pitch them, the whole deal. So if you're more of a live event person, which I know I am, and you don't want to go through material and courses and waste time, come to a live event, spend 2 days, get everything that you need, be out. That I would definitely suggest you guys checking out. But if you like courses, if you like the ability to like watch one training video and take your time, and maybe this is something that you want to do over the next 3 months, not 2 days, then definitely check out our what we call Agency Accelerator membership at Chatmatic. It arms you with everything that you need, from software to training videos to templates. You name it, you'll get all the details on that page, which is linked below as well. But do me a huge favor, if you like this video at all, and if you are running an agency, if you want to run an agency, if you like the idea of it, shoot me a like, give me a comment, let me know what you thought of this video. We'll be coming back to you guys with more about just like real inside looks at digital business ownership, entrepreneurship, and what it takes to run a business, and hopefully some tips that help you guys take that next step in yours. Hope you guys like this. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.